Good morning, ladies and gentlefolk, and welcome back to yet another episode. Today we're going to be working on Babe's car, the C300 W204 for those of you in the know. So I don't know what I'm going to name this video, but if the name kind of gives it away, you already know what we're kind of working with. So one thing I do want to show you guys, and it's one of those things that I really didn't think that I was really gonna have to make a video on, but I didn't know if I was gonna make a video on this, but it seems like it's more of a common problem. So all right, so as you can tell, the C300 is still up in the air, and it's like that for a reason. So on the last video, we worked on the front brakes. Well, we didn't really work on the front brakes. I showed you guys how to do the prop shaft in the front, and that came out really, really good. The problem is, when I took this bad boy for a ride, when I tell you, driving down the road, you hit the brakes and the car wants to go like this. Just ever so slightly, not crazy, but just imagine that at 75 or so-ish miles an hour down the highway. You could only imagine her, you know, because this is the wife's car, you could only imagine how bad it wants to fishtail. So let me get my my flashlight here, and let me show you exactly what we got going on. So in the back here, I did a little, you know, looking around, and I didn't really notice anything super crazy until I got to about here. So as you can tell, looking at this is the rear subframe. The rear subframe on this thing is just rusted to all hell. And it is not something that I thought was gonna be a crazy possibility, just because most of this car is made of aluminum. So the doors are made of aluminum. You know, everything on this car is all aluminum, so it really doesn't rust. The front subframe is metal, the rear subframe is metal, some of the bracing underneath is all aluminum, but for the most part, this car, we really haven't had an issue with rust. She drives it every single day during the wintertime, every single day during the summertime. This is her daily driver, and we've never had any issues like this before. But looking into why it was doing what it was doing, what was going on was that this is starting to buckle. I can't really show you because I don't really know, but once we actually take this bad boy down, we can definitely find out exactly how bad it is. From underneath here, it doesn't look as bad as what I thought it was going to be, but you just never know. It could be way worse than just this. It could be on the other side. On the other side, it doesn't look as hella bad, but it's starting to get there. But this is going to be the video for today. Now, it's not going to be easy, but it's definitely not going to be the hardest thing I've ever done. Dropping a subframe down isn't really that bad. A rear subframe, on the other hand, is a little bit more difficult because now I have to take apart some of the exhaust. It's got the resonator's got to come out. There are some more things that, like, I did not realize that I was gonna have to do. So the exhaust, both sides of the exhaust are gonna have to come out. The resonator will have to come out. Everything will have to get disconnected from back here. The e-brake shoe or e-brake handle or cable will have to be disassembled, and I think that's really it, to be honest with you. Like, there's really not anything super crazy because everything is like pretty much all together. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do here. So in this box behind me here, let me my God, my address is still on it. In this box here is the new subframe, rear subframe. So hopefully everything matches up, everything looks good. So we're just gonna get right on to it. I'm not gonna really show a lot of like torque specs when it goes back on, but for the most part, this thing is just gonna come out all together. The first thing, like I said before, we will have to do is we're gonna have to get up in here and we're gonna have to get the exhaust off and out of the way, because there is no disconnect here from what I can see. So all of this stuff is gonna have to come out. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. The shocks are gonna have to get disconnected. I don't know from the bottom or from the top. I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do just yet. I don't know, I'm gonna have to figure it out. Doesn't look like I can probably do it from the bottom here, be honest with you. But yeah, I think that's really it, to be honest. There will be some special tools that you will need. You will need a triple star to get in some of these spots here. You will need inverted Torx for the bolts up here, for the chassis mount bolts. What else? I think these are like weird 15 or 16s, but Torx here, I think these are 14s, if I'm not mistaken. You will need something like that for that. And I think that's really all the super special stuff that you're really gonna need. But like I said before, the exhaust is gonna have to come out, at least from the resonator on back will have to come out, just because the subframe is gonna be in the way. So I'm just gonna set the camera up somewhere. We're really, like, literally just gonna go right into it. I'm gonna do a lot of time-lapse stuff. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add pictures of everything that you're gonna need to see what you're gonna have to take off. And we're just gonna have to go from there, because I don't want to make this a crazy long video, even though I know it probably will already. It's already almost 7 minutes of me just talking. So let's just get right into it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, folks, so as you saw, what I had to do was let this bad boy down just a little bit so I can get the exhaust off. The driver's side came out with no problem. It was just this one small piece. The driver's side, or the passenger side on the other side, was a lot longer, so, and it's all one piece, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. But now that I have that thing off, it is just gonna sit there for right now. But yeah, on to the next point. Actually, now that I have the exhaust out, this doesn't really look like it's gonna be that bad. One of the harder parts are just gonna be making sure I can get the ABS cables off, and I think that's really it. I don't know if I'm just gonna detach it from here, which is up in this little footwell, or up in this little well here, or if I'm just going to pull the rotors off and pull the lines out of there. Whatever is easiest, to be honest. I don't know exactly what will be easiest. I have to get up there and actually look, but it looks like these bolts here for the subframe themselves is one. There's two. This bracket here is something that you're gonna have to pull out with the subframe itself, which is not that big of a deal, but for the most part, I'm pretty sure this is the number here. Nope, that's not it. Let's see, where is the next size here? Ah, there it is. So let's see, the E14. This is an E14. See how it fits up in there? Oop. E14 is the number, and it is an inverted Torx. So just remember that there. I think we can actually get this bad boy. We're definitely gonna get this thing out like within the next like hour to an hour and a half here. But yeah, let me take some more pictures and let's just keep it rocking. All right, people. So before we move on, I want to show you how this e-brake stuff works. Took a couple minutes here, and I did this right off camera. So there's this line here. You can see this is the line that comes out of the car. So both of the lines that goes to the e-brake shoes on the back are in these little hangers here, and they have these retainer clips on both sides here. So what you got to do is just pop those out. You can just put a pry bar and just whoop, pop them right out. Next thing you got are the ends here. The ends are little, there's two little tabs on both sides, and you can just pop those together and then put a pry bar in here and pop it out. And now you have to worry about where these things go. So on each side there is an end like any normal thing, and it goes, well, one goes in here like this. Well, I won't be able to demonstrate, but yeah, it goes in here like this. And the other side, let me pop this over. The other side has a thingamabob like this. So it goes across the top over here and into this. Now there is a rubber stopper in the middle like so. So you just got to pull that out, and then you could force your way to getting either one of these sides out, whatever you can. So that takes care of the e-brake shoes. And the next thing we're going to be worried about is the struts, or the shocks in the rear. Now, mind you, I want to make this very clear here. So you will need to take out the brakes, the brake calipers. So the brake calipers can, I want to say don't let them hang, but if you don't have anything to kind of hang them, you can hang them up from the brackets here and one up here, like so. It's just so that they're not hanging, dangling from the rubber hose there. But you will need to take those out. You won't have to disconnect them completely from the car. And really, that's kind of it. Depending on what you want to do as far as hanging it, do that. Disconnect the bottom ends here for the shocks. This is that E14, and then the other side, I can't remember what the other side. It might be a 16. I'm not exactly sure. One of those work there. I think that's really it. Besides this rear, the rear pumpkin, rear differential here. So whenever you're taking that out, it is a E60. I mean, not E60. It is a Torx 60 back here, and I think I want to say it's like a 17 or 18 here. So I'm gonna get those taken apart, and then I'll start to work on what I need to work on up here. So these two in the rear, these two rear, mounts back here, this one and that one there, will be our last ones to go. We'll be doing these. Just remember, you do have two of these sneaky bolts up here, part of this bracket here. So just remember to take that out, and then you could actually get this thing on the floor or wherever you're gonna get it. I'm gonna have a rolling dolly, so that's what I'm gonna do. But yeah, I took a bunch of pictures so that you guys do know exactly what to do. But I will be going at it right now and getting this thing out. Hopefully within the next 20 minutes or so is the goal. So let's just keep it rocking. All right, ladies and gentlefolk, so we have the rear cradle, subframe, whatever you want to call it. It is out of the car. It does look really, really bad. Now, when I tell you this thing was just like, it's just bad. Just looking at like how bad that is, just looking at like how bad this is here, like holy geez. Like I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be solid. So yeah, I'm kind of happy we did get this. We are getting this thing taken care of. It's just gonna be a pain to actually get it all done, but we will get it done with no problem. It will be it'll be all right. It'll be okay. So next thing you're gonna want to do is start to take this thing apart. So there's a bunch of triple squares everywhere, and you're just gonna go at it. Like honestly, there's really not too much I need to say. You kind of need to just transfer everything over. So in this box, let me open up this box. Let me get this thing like sit it on the floor here, and yeah, we can start to get it apart. I don't know if I'm gonna do it on camera or off camera. I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do just yet, but all I do know is that I need to take this thing and get it taken care of. So give me 1 second. Let me see what we got. All right, ladies and gentlefolk. So this subframe looks really, really good. Obviously, it's new, but it is aftermarket, so it's not as crazy as good quality as you would expect from an OEM part, but it is what it is. Now, I'm not gonna take apart this whole thing off on camera here. What I will do is I will tell you that you're gonna need a set of triple squares, like I said before. Most of these are either 12s, like in here, 12 triple square, and this is kind of what it looks like. It's like obviously three squares put together, or it is a 14 M14 or 14 millimeter triple square, and this one goes for the differential bolts. The kit that I did get, I will link down in the description box below. You do get 2 new differential bolts. You get all 4 subframe bolts, and you get 4 new bolts that go into this bracket that goes up in here. So you do get like a bunch of bolts. So this was the height sensor here in the rear that you need to take apart, and in the front, the 2 ABS sensors are here. They if you're lucky, they do come out with no problem, 1 2 3, so that you don't have to go and try to fish these wires out such like that. But let me what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this bad boy apart. Should take me a couple hours, to be honest with you, because I don't know how these bolts are actually gonna come out. So they might just come out easy, they might just come out difficult. So I don't know exactly what I'm in the mood for here. So since this thing is like terribly like rusted to hell, I'm expecting it to not be a fun job. So whenever I get done, I will venture back and we can get this thing in together, and I could show you either how good it's gonna be or how bad it's gonna be to get this bad boy back in. But I'll be right back. All right, ladies and gentlefolks, so it took me a little bit of time. I did have the in-laws come over for a little bit, but I do have everything all ready to go back in the car. Everything is done. Like I said before, they do come with this particular one comes with new bolts for the back here for the rear differential. It does come with 4 of these bad boys, and 4 of these small jammies here. Like I said before, they go in this bracket that holds everything together. So I do have all new bolts, which is great. Now it's really time to go back into the car. I'm not really gonna show this. You guys don't like, if you guys got it down this far, then you should be good. So what I did when I took all this stuff apart was I just took off everything that pertains to the actual subframe itself. So I didn't have to take the knuckle off and stuff like that. All I did was just disconnect everything from up here. I actually took the sway bar link out of the out of this. I did use this engine hoist. It was very all right. As I was saying, the what was I saying? Oh, this engine hoist was very critical to me getting this done. So you will have to get one of these. I mean, it just makes it easier. Just makes it easier. So disconnect all of this linkage here, all of the arms and stuff, and then you can just take this bad boy out. It really doesn't weigh a whole lot. Like, it really, when I say, it probably weighs about like, I don't know, maybe 50 pounds or so. Maybe a little bit less than that. But let me show you exactly what we're working with here. So this is the side here that is the culprit, and look at this. That's barely, like, that's really nothing. And look at how bad it is. Now, if I wanted to give it some pressure, it would have been toast. So, like I said before, these are very common. Like, if you look at this other side here, like, it is very, it's solid. It's solid. But I will say this, they are this is a very common problem with these cars. Unfortunately, it just so happens that, like, you know, after 200 and, I don't know, maybe 16,000 miles, I think that's what this car's got on it, 216,000. It finally did go, but I'm here to try to fix it and show you guys how to do it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get this bad boy into the car. Obviously, we will need an alignment with this car because there is toe angle bolts down at the bottom here. So make sure you have the right orientation. I just have mine just whatever, because I know for a fact that I'm gonna be getting an alignment after I get done with this, but I just definitely wanna make sure that I got everything in correctly. So with that said, I'm gonna get this bad boy in and then show you guys exactly what's up. But like I said before, I don't think you guys really need to see it, but I'll just do it when it's all done. So give me 1 second, be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, folk. So we got this bad boy in, drive shaft on, exhaust on, e-brake stuff all together. Make sure you do that. All the sensors, which there's a sensor here, ABS sensor on this side, ABS sensor on this side, along with a brake pad sensor. Make sure you do all of that. That is the snow going off my roof, which is crazy. I put this little plastic piece back on. It is optional because you don't have one on that. Well, I don't have one on that side. So yeah, just put everything back the way you found it. Make sure you get all of these nuts and bolts you know, all together. Make sure that there is no gap between the body and the subframe. Make sure that's all good, and then we can start to let this bad boy down. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to let this bad boy down, and we're gonna take this bad boy for a ride. So hopefully everything is good. Obviously, like I said before, it will need an alignment, so we'll just go from there. Tomorrow we'll drop it off, get an alignment, and make sure everything is solid with this car. But yeah, let me let this thing down. All right, people, so we're gonna go on our first test drive here. So far so good. I will say one thing: whenever you're all finished up with this bad boy, just make sure that you pump the brakes, because you do have something that's you know, your brake pedal's not going to be all the way good because you've been messing around with your brakes. So yeah, let's go. All right. Oh, tire pressure. Not a big deal, tire pressure. Don't know how bad the tire pressure is, but red light of death. Red light of death. Look at it. Red light of death. All right. So as you can tell, well, you might not be able to tell that much, but steering wheel is off just a little bit, but let me give it a little bit of a brake test here. Oh yeah. Nope. Oh yeah. Way better. All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give this thing a good test drive, and we'll get it back to the garage. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and that concludes my my install of this rear subframe. The test drive did go good. No bangs, no bumps or anything like that. I do have a little bit of an exhaust leak. It's those weird donut things that have the clamp around it. That one I explained in the last video was kind of crushed, and I have to get another one. But I thought that I had, you know, it was a crisis averted here, but eventually it just crumbled. So I definitely do have to get a new one. It does suck. It's like 20 bucks, 30 bucks or whatever, but not that big of a deal. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed, and if you found some, I don't know, some, you know, good stuff with this, if you found it helpful at all, if it you know, it's something that you could use in the future, please throw me a like, throw me a comment, let me know if it really worked for you, how it worked out for you. But yeah, this is where I'm gonna leave this video off. Like I said before, if you enjoyed the content, please think about subscribing, throw me a like, comment, and I'll see you guys on the next one. All right, deuces.